welcome back to a new video for the JOYous Painters Toolbox. And I like to go with you a little bit deeper into the packs I have created with this collection, and I like to show you how to create a layout only using those kind of brushes and layer styles. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the folders. I have loaded already one of the solid papers, so that's not included in the Painters Toolbox. But then we go first into the brush mix. This is the brush mix with the different black PNG files, and of course you also get here an ABR file, which is already loaded in my Photoshop. Then we have the free colors. You can get them always in the shop for free, and they coordinate always with the collection. So this time we have those greenish and reddish, and then such brown and lighter yellow. I have added some color overlay styles, and then we have the color styles. The overlay styles are always good to recolor something, and the color styles always make a plain color on top of the element or shape or font you have just chosen. Okay, the next folders are the dynamic blenders. These are those ones. You need to take care because those blenders work only in Photoshop Elements 13 and higher, and also in Photoshop 5.5 and higher. So Photoshop 6 should they work, and then higher. It always can be that something is not working for you with those blenders. If you have any problems, please contact the support or write me an email, and we try to find out what's the problem is. The next Painters Toolbox are the script styles. These are those ones. Some of them are transparent, a little bit more, a bit less. Then we have some texture, and then I also added some dynamic brushes with little Christmas related shapes. And then we have some glitter styles. The glitter styles do contain 9 different glitters in 3 different colors and 3 different variation. Also you get here some sparkles, so you can place them on top of the glitters, so you have an extra glam on your page. Then we have the scatters, and these are some dots, stars and hearts, and also they are already loaded in my Photoshop. The next folders are the mixed styles or Christmas styles, paint, textures, gold, and yes, already loaded. And then we have some pattern styles here. Also here they have those different Christmas pattern. And then we have the edge styles. They come also with this pack in different colors, and also in 2 different variations. So the one is a little bit thicker and looks a little bit, gives a little more depth, and the other one is a little bit lighter. So if you have different sizes of text or so, so you can variate here a lot. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the Photoshop. Everything is already set up and loaded. You can see here in my styles palette a lot of styles loaded. These are all from the collection, and then of course we have the different brushes here. We have loaded here the brush mix. These are those ones, and then we have the dynamic blenders over here, and the dynamic scattered here, and these are the scattered from the glitter pack. So let's get started. We start with the dynamic blenders. Only for you to know, I'm working with Photoshop 2018 and a Wacom board and a pen. Don't use a mouse to paint in Photoshop or to work in Photoshop. The dynamic brushes are possible to use with a mouse, but it's of course not that feeling you have as you using a pen in your hand. So it's up to you. If you need any recommendation, maybe you can also join the Artology group and ask there what kind of a Wacom board you maybe can buy. There are some beginner boards and some those who are a little bit more expensive, but just ask and we try to help you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we have here the dynamic, and I like to create something with a little bit of watercolor, Christmassy and a little bit grungy. So this is the Dynamic 11 brush now, and you can see going back, there is a color already included. This is the little icon here, and you already see that it's in your color palette. Okay, I tapped on it. So when you go to the colors here, they are already attached to the brush. You can always change it, but as soon as you click again on the brush, you get the attached colors back. So when I can go here and click and take another color over here and here, so we have two different colors, and we paint now here, and I want to go back, then I'm going here to my original brush, and I have the original color which I have attached included. Okay, here we go. First of all, I did set the layer itself already to color burn. It color burns, so it intends the color to the background layer. And now I start to paint. I'm going from the top down a little bit. So, and you see we have a lot of blackish here. So let's see what we can change. Maybe we go to multiply. We can maybe choose linear burn, but I think I like this black grungy feeling, just what we create here. It's the more we tap, the more different brush strokes we get. I don't paint right now. I dab more on my board, Wacom board. Okay, so let's see what we have here in green, and I like to have a little bit of this twigs, these branches here, and they are set up with a dark green and a bright green. And let's paint over, and you see now we get a lot of grunginess here on the corners around. So here we go, and maybe we can go onto a new layer and paint on top of, and you see something's going on. And don't do too much, it's just a little bit and not more, and try to work with a lot of different layers, because then you don't destroy what you have already painted, and you can mix and match everything and play here also with the layer settings. Like you can go now on color burn, but we have already a dark the background is already dark, so when you start now here to use the color burn, it gets more darker. So we try to lighten it up a little bit. So we go to color dodge maybe, and look at that, what we get now. That looks fab. Don't paint much on it, only dab a little bit. Okay, so now we have here some yellowish, and we start again a new layer, and maybe we should use that one. Let's see what we can. Now we have again such little branches here, little textures. Let's go to that one, and we only paint over and over. And this is what you also do when you create a real art with real colors, that you have a painting, that you work with layers, because that is what helps you to create textures, and that colors combine with each other. So I think I like that one, and I add now only here and there that we have those textures of those branches. Okay? Maybe this part here in the middle is a little bit too dark, so let's try to lighten that up with the brush. So here we go. I'm not sure how to do, but I have chosen now, this is here the joyful dynamic number 9, and you can see here on top of the of Photoshop there is mode, and it's multiplied. So the color multiplies now, and if you think that's not enough, you can change here to color dodge, and this will brighten up your background much more. And you can only dab on the parts that are maybe too dark for you. So there is a lot of going on now. I think I want to have the whole paint, what I did now, a little bit smaller, so we go more into the corner. So this is now what we have created. Okay, I like to have now a little bit of a glitter, not much, because we have those crunchiness, and then we have some dabs of glitter. Going to the scattered painters here, I think we use here some stars, and let's go over it. So, and we use here, it's too much glitter, and I didn't use a new layer. Okay, now we have the new layer, so it's okay. Here we go. So we have here some falling stars, and let's go to the glitters. We have red. Maybe we used a little bit brighter ones here. Okay, so these are nice. We can create a new layer and place again some stars to fill that part up, and do that in green and maybe in red. So we have here on the bottom some red falling stars, also here, and a new layer, and we add here some greenish stars. Okay, so this is now what we have created so far. And I like to have now from the loops from the collection something, and nothing decorated. Only want to have one loop here, and so this is what we do here. And let's try to have that in white. For that we can use the free color styles, and I always have a white and a black color in it, so that you can change here the color by only clicking the style. And maybe another one. Let's see what we have here. Maybe one with a shadow. So let's try that one. Okay, so okay, let's see how it looks now in white. I don't know, maybe we change the color to red. Why not? or we use here a glitter. That's also possible. Maybe a little bit bright more. And if you like to intense this, ooh, that's too much. But let's try something. Only try. I added now one of those edge styles, so it's too much, of course. But we can go to the layer on the layer here. You go here and go to scale effect, and maybe we go to 20. Let's see. It doesn't work, and it doesn't work maybe because of a reason, because I choose here the one with the shadow style. So let's go back to the files and choose the one without, was it that one? Without a shadow style. So let's try that again. And if I like to copy now the style, the styles what I have already here on this layer, oops, that's that one. I hold the Alt key, click on Effects, and pull that up onto the layer and release it with the Alt key. So now the style is attached. So okay, now you can see when we zoom in a little bit, you have a little bit of a depth on this, and this is what looks really nicely. And if you like to have it in a different color, we click on it. Maybe the red looks also really nice. And we go here. You need to hold the right mouse, and then you can go on to the scale effect. Without that, you can't reach that. So I think I like this red one, but we move that a little bit down, and between all those painted, already painted layers what we have. And this is also a reason why you should play with a lot of layers, because you can afterwards so nicely mix and match all the layers and create really different kind of effect. Okay, here we go. I was just disturbed by the postman. He brought me some Christmas presents. Okay, going back, we need to go to Photoshop back. Okay, here we go. We added now here this stroke, and what we can do now is we can change maybe the drop shadow a little bit, that it's more away from the page. So let's try that one. We're gonna move that here. That's too much. And maybe change the direction a little bit. So this is it. I think I like this composition now, how far we came now. Okay, a lot of crunchiness. Let's see what we can do further. I think we can add from the brush mix something. Only an ornament. We paint that over here, and using one of those gesso styles with a lot of texture over here. Or we can use that one, or we use the those, yes, right, this is what we use here, the styles, the, where are they, the script styles over here. And as I already mentioned, they are, some of them are a bit more transparent, the others have a little bit of a white kind of background. Not much, but this is what it looks like. It looks really like a piece of paper you have now added here. And this is what we can do with that style. Over here we can change the brush now. We can use that one. We have here a little bit of a wording. It's not to see. Okay, and also we can create a new layer over here and add here another brush. Go back to the, no, don't go to the calendar. To the styles. I want to go to the style. What's going on? Photoshop, don't leave me. Okay. Okay, we use here the brushes and the styles. I think my Photoshop. Okay, we add here a new brush, and maybe we can use this one with the drip here. Place it here, and also we can try here some of those texture styles and add here some more text overlays. Transfer style. Okay, I think that looks already pretty nice, and what I like to do now is to add here one of those out of the box frames, and I like to use the number 4, and we go to the layer styles. We use the shift and click on the mask on the frame and on the mask on the bottom, and now we have all 3 layers selected, and we drag and drop them into our Photoshop. And what we can do now immediately is to clip those layers together, so if you only clip on one layer, that you not lose the layers that are that they hold together. So you will be sure that nothing is later separated or in a wrong direction. Okay, this is how we place now the frame. And what we can do now is I'm going to my Zoomy app. It searches free pictures which you can use, and I'm searching for some Christmas related pictures, and I have something in my mind which I want to use. I hope it shows up immediately. Nope. That's always the problem with the searching of some perfect images. Okay, this is what I wanted to have. I can copy that photo. So now we have here the mask frame. What you also can do is to put those 3 layers into a group. For that you can go to new group from layers, so you can call it out of the box. Then you have that really nicely together, and you can find everything what you need when you have many layers, so you will be much more organized. Okay, I'll put that image in now, and we zoom that a little bit down, and now we attach that to the first mask, and then we make Command J, so we duplicate it, and then we move it down to the mask on the bottom and also clip it there, and this is how it looks. What we now have is a little bit that the image itself is a little bit too whitish and too I think it needs a little bit more vintage effect For that, you can go to Image and go to Adjustment and can go to Photo Filter, and you can add here a little bit of a more brownish feeling. Okay, photo filter, we go to density 41. The color is here, this orange. Maybe we can pick out from the image itself a color. I pick here from the background. It doesn't pick. Why does it not pick? Is that a Photoshop bug? It seems so. So I think it's a little bit too reddish. So okay. And the same we do on the on the top layer in the out of the box frame, and we go to, where is it? Photo filter here. Okay, which is sadly it doesn't pick the I know the problem. Okay, I didn't attach here the or clicked on the color, so that's my fault. So now the white is not that bright anymore, and everything looks a little bit more coordinates a little bit more with the going of the page. Okay, so I think we have here a lot going on. Maybe we should a little bit put and something on top here that we don't have that much grunginess. For that we go to the arty bits and pieces and have here maybe that one, and let's see what we can reach. We have here the stripping, and it goes back here. Okay, so I think that looks really nicely here. What I feel, if you look here, just go into the detail here. This disturbs me pretty much. I think my computer is really lame, and I updated my Photoshop, my system of my iOS, not iOS, OS on my Mac, and it really sucks a bit. Sorry for that. Okay. Okay. We hold that all together. That when we move that around. Okay. Okay, this is good. I like that. Okay, what we can now do is some of those leaves from this flower on top, and for that we make a copy, Command J, and we zoom in, if that my computer does, and we go to the pen tool and start to a little bit extract here those leaves, not much, and you don't need to be very exact. So this is it. We have here, we press Command and press the return, so you get with the pen tool path now a selection, and for that you can create now that one. And I really think my computer is so slow now. It's really disturbing. Sorry for that. I should close now here some of my other programs. Maybe that will help. Okay, let's see if we okay, this is how it looks now. Pretty nice. And let's go now to the word arts and find a nice word art. Maybe that one. Merry Christmas, y'all. And we can place that here underneath. That is a little bit, and make it color burn. Linear burn. And because it's black, we can change it to make it a little bit brighter with the lightness. A little bit. Okay. Yes, this is it. Let's move that word out a little bit around. I think that video doesn't turn out how I wanted, because I got so disturbed now. But I hope you nevertheless could find now something in this video that will help you to create with the Painters-Toolbox something pretty nice. I want to have festive. Place that here, over here, and we create a little bit of a drop shadow. So the shadow of the frame goes from the top right corner to the button left corner. Yes. So we also use here this angle for the shadow. Delete hidden effects, and what we have here, I have that in the contour, so that was just wrong. It was a preset here. Okay, this is nice. I like that one, and I think I like to have here a little bit of a shadow too, and I'm using that one. Just drag and drop that one, and now we have here a little bit of a shadow also. And oh, sprinkles. Let's see what we have in the sprinkles. What we can maybe use, those green stars. They are pretty nice. And let's put them on top of it here. And make a copy, and also we do them here on the only a few ones on the bottom. So I think we need to stop now by adding a lot more stuff, because it gets then too overwhelming. I like to have, now that we have this a little bit of a triangle here, the whole thing we have created, and that we have a lot of space nevertheless on the page, which gives a focus on your whole creation. I hope you enjoyed now this video. Even I had a lot of disturbing in it with my computer here. I think I need to set up something new, and yes, nevertheless, have a Merry Christmas and enjoy. Bye.